Hi, this is Terry, also known as the Hyper Nana. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, please hit subscribe and follow us along as I go on my lovely life adventures. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. It's great to see you, and I hope you continue to come back for more. So what I'm doing today is, this is my new home studio, okay? Now I prepared the walls, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a splatter paint effect. So I like to do a lot of my videos outdoors because I love being outdoors. But I think that I want to have a nice space inside as well, so that when I film inside, there's a nice studio. So I'm really excited today. I'm going to do a splatter paint effect. So I've got all of my effects out here. Now, as I go along, I might, add more colors. But the great thing about splatter effect is that you can start off with just a couple of colors, and then you can add more as the time goes on. It doesn't take a lot of preparation, and it doesn't take a lot to do. So let's say down the road a couple weeks from now, I decide I want a bright pink. Just move my desk out of the way and splash, splash. There you go, a little extra pink. So you can keep adding on. You can take pictures down. You can take pictures up. You can do whatever you like. It's very versatile, and it's a really nice, colorful background. It's kind of, whimsy. So anyway, to get started, I've got my hat. And this is a special hat for me. This is the hat we got Jasmine, my granddaughter, when we were in Winnipeg. So if she's watching the video, she'll recognize this. And I got my old shirt on. Of course, it's a Leafs. You'll notice a lot of my videos I wear my Leaf stuff. And my old pants. So I'm ready to go. So I'm going to start off with just some tempera paint colors. See, like this. Now, this stuff is really good on the walls because it can wash easy, and you just, splatter it like this. All right. So here we go. Let's go. First, gotta shake it. Make sure it's all shaken up. And woo! There we go. There we go. So we'll start off with some of that. Look at that. And we're going to do this wall as well. Woo. Okay. Now we're going to get another color. So let's get a nice bright red here. Okay. Shake it all up. And we're going to woo. And woo. Woo. And a little on the bottom. There we go. And Loki, come on out, Loki. We don't want him hitting the walls. This is Loki. That is my buddy. He's got to be wherever I am. And one last color. This is called Burnt Umber. I always find it interesting, the names of colors. Burnt Umber. What exactly is an umber? And why burn it? If you know, leave me in the suggestion in the comments. Let me know what it is, because I got no clue. So we're going to try this now. All right. And let's see how this looks. Whoa. See, a little bit of brown there. Yeah, so I guess umber is something that's brown. There we go. Now also, as you notice, I've got sheets and everything down here because we don't want to mess with the carpeting either, eh? Okay, now I also have two different colors here. All right, now we got some red and we got some green. Now what I did was, these are things called boo-boo tints. A lot of paint stores have them. And I learned this actually from my sister when she worked at St. Clair Paint and Paper a long time ago in Toronto. Sometimes a customer will ask to have something, a specific color. Then they look at it and think, it's not exactly what I wanted. So it gets put away on the shelf, and it's called a boo-boo tint. So it's a tint that was made by accident. You get these really cheap, and I'll tell you, you can do a lot with one can, okay? So make sure my brush doesn't have any water on it. And that green is a little bright, so let's try this. Now we're just going to splatter the paintbrush, okay, like this. See, and as you can see, it leaves a different type of effect than it does from the bottles. See, the bottles leave a nice line, whereas the brush leaves sort of a spraying effect. So that's a good thing too, is that you have different effects, right? So let's try a little bit over here. Get our brush a little bit more wet. And put some more paint on there, and we're gonna splatter, splatter, splatter. I feel like Jackson Pollock. Woo! There we go. Now we're going to try some red. Incidentally, this is a great thing to do with kids in their rooms or their nurseries or a basement or whatever, if you have a kid's room, because they can do it too, and there's no such thing as doing it wrong or doing it messy. And kids love to be involved in art projects. When I painted the upstairs office, I gave Jasmine a paint roller and a section of wall, and now she tells everybody she painted Nana's office. And she did. She really helped out. So it's a great thing to do with kids. And as you can see, it's a lot of fun, right? So let's go with the red now. Okay. And we're going to get that effect on here. So we'll get a little bit of splatter. Ready? Woo! Look, it's a crime scene. Woo! There we go. Oh, wow. See? Okay, now you don't want to overdo it. So you just want to have like maybe a little bit of that color in each sort of quadrant of it, right? Now, there we go. So that's our paintbrush. Now, this I learned from the internet. Check this out. Okay, an old toothbrush. Whoops, it's got paint on it. All right, so we got an old toothbrush here. Now, remember what I was saying about different effects? Like we have the splatter here and we have the stream there, right? Well, grab your toothbrush and put this over here and that on that lid. We're going to get a little bit of green on it, right? See, like that. And we can go splat, splat. See, look how that is. Isn't that neat? Stir up the paint a little bit. See, like that. That, and you can also pick a little part and just, woo, like that too. See? And that leaves a little bit of color in there, okay? Now, the last thing that we're gonna do is, I've got some little rollers here, okay? Now these are things, and the thing is, with this kind of stuff, if you buy boo-boo tints and you've already got a bright color on the wall, it doesn't have to be an expensive proposition, okay? I think it looks great if you're into this. Some people may not be, and that's fine, but I really like this, and it is really inexpensive. These things, the dollar store, okay? Like $1 each, right? And these paints, you know, you probably have them lying around. If you've got kids, you definitely have these kinds of things lying around. So it's not a real expensive proposition, and it is something that's really neat and really colorful. So what we can do is put that in the paint there, okay? All right. Make sure you're not dripping it. That's why the drop cloth. See, and you can just do a little bit like that. See? Oh, every once in a while you got, you know, something a little solid to look at, right? Oop. Oop. Okay, and if you want to do, you know, you can do different colors. So I'm going to get this one here. Now, this one's a little bit bigger. I probably should have gotten 2 smaller ones. Okay, but if we start like that, it gets stuck in the paint. Okay. Okay, this was not supposed to happen. Okay, make sure you have one that stays on. Whoa, this is too much. Okay, all right, there we go. Okay, so make sure to drip it off a little bit, and it'll be a little bit longer, but you know, look at that. Just, whoa, and there it goes. Okay, there we go. Put little, like that around. See, so now you have different textures, you have different sprays, you have different splatters. You can also use sponges. You can take a t-shirt or an old cloth and squish it up and just dab that on. The only limits are your imagination, and that's what I love about things like decorating or, you know, sports, anything. Using your imagination is fantastic because the only limit is your imagination, and you can come up with some really awesome effects. Okay, so when I finally finish my office, there will be more on that. The next thing I'm going to do is when this all dries, I'm going to write the Hyper Nana so that anyone watching my channel will remember my channel. So I am the Hyper Nana for obvious reasons, and I'd like to end off my video by saying a couple of things, all right? First of all, I may not look it, but since my heart attack, I have lost 11 pounds in 6 weeks. And I've done it by just eating healthy, exercising. So I'm really proud of myself for that, okay? The other thing I'd like to say is, hi James, hi my baby. My grandson lives in Winnipeg and him and his daddy, my son Corey, watches my videos. So I just want to say, hi James, love you Nana. Mwah! Nana loves you. Bye-bye, sweetie. Okay, and to everyone else, I'd like to tell you, hang in there. This COVID lockdown is really difficult, I know. And for those of you with mental health issues, please call someone, call the mental health line, whatever it is you need to do. Keep in touch with people, keep doing what you can to make sure that you're healthy and you're safe, all right? Everyone else, I know it's tough, but if we all wear our masks, social distance, we can take care of each other and we can get through this. In the meantime, maybe pick a home project, something simple, something easy you can do to sort of take your mind off the fact that you can't really do anything, all right? So wear your mask, social distance, all right, and keep each other healthy. So stay real, stay happy, stay healthy. I love you. God bless. Mwah.
Okay, we're good.